Coucou everyone! Today we're going to see the cathedral. So here in the courtyard, you see we're going there. Point départ, you see? The start. We'll climb the south tower, then cross the entire interior framework and circle both transepts. This way we can get a complete view of the cathedral's interior and exterior. This building was built in the 13th century, so no elevator. We climbed 249 stairs to reach an altitude of 40 meters. To provide a visual reference, imagine a building with 12 to 15 floors. However, this figure is only halfway to the full height of the façade. The cathedral rises to an impressive 82 meters high. Near the peak of the tower, a winding staircase can be spotted ascending to the highest level. The cathedral's current state is based on a design that emerged at the beginning of the 13th century. The Archbishop of Reims made the decision to begin building the cathedral. The construction took an impressive 200 years to complete. However, the cathedral remains incomplete, because on the original vision, an additional pair of towers, breaking the total height to 120 meters. These towers were never complete, as construction ceased abruptly in the 16th century due to the financial constraints. The maze was initially situated on the first level, nestled between the third and the seventh aisles. It symbolized the church's building process. The four principal architects stand at the corners, while a mysterious clergyman occupies the center. We notice a long and intricate network of twisting passages, representing the complex nature of the construction project. In essence, a maze symbolizes a traveler's journey towards Jerusalem. Our presence is undeniably dominant in the urban environment. This truth is especially relevant during the Middle Age, when buildings typically had no more than one or two levels. The architects aspired to create a structure that towered above the rest, to emphasize the political authority of the Archbishop of Reims, who were also lords in the Middle Age. Remember that the Archbishop of Reims was one of the most influential religious leaders in France's history, directly subject to the King of France, who needed to maintain their prestige. Here we can see the famous Gallery of Kings. We can identify three of the most significant characters. Clovis, in the center, just above the entrance. He was the first king to be baptized in Reims. He is represented praying in the baptismal font. To the right, a bishop Saint Remy officiated the baptism. To the left, a woman, Clotilde, Clovis' spouse, wears a crown on her head but also holds Clovis' crown in her hand. This demonstrates her significant impact on Clovis' journeys towards Christianity. There are three key characters from a pivotal moment in French history: the baptism of Clovis. The event occurred on Christmas Day, but we have no further information. We are currently located directly below the cathedral ceiling, but we are also above its ceiling. We can see the stone vault, about 1.5 meters of thickness, forming the sculpted ceiling of the Cathedral of Reims, which rises to approximately 36 meters. We are above the highest ceiling that you can see upon entering the cathedral. We can see the framework, which is completely different from the original one. During the Great War, which began in September 1914, Over 200 bombshells ran down on the cathedral roof. The oak roof structure couldn't resist the fire. These are the 3 original bells that were in the northern tower before the First World War and that came crashing down. In 1918, Henri Deneux, an architect, came to Reims and participated to his reconstruction. The city has been about 80% destroyed. He will rebuild the roof of the cathedral. This time, instead of wood, he opted for a reinforced concrete. The girders were composed of countless interconnected concrete slabs held together with a wooden key system. This design allowed for some flexibility in the structure, preventing the concrete pieces from cracking under strain. The reconstruction began in 1918 and ended in 1938. This is the framework in the style of Philibert Delorme, a 16th century architect. Henri Deneux adopted this method and this style, but used reinforced concrete. We cross an entire section corresponding to the nave to reach the core of the cathedral, which is where the transepts intersect, with the northern transept on the left and the southern transept on the right. 2 arms or wings that create the typical cross shape in the churches, known as a Latin cross. At the back of the cathedral, a cluster of chapels form a boundary with a park. From the façade to the chapels, it is 115 meters long. It's 20 meters longer than Notre Dame de Paris. The ceiling above is a home to the primary carillon. On the right, 3 counterweights can be found, which activate the bell mechanism that rings every 15 minutes. We are now in the rainwater collecting gutters. Under our feet, there are some holes and bumps. Every one of these features corresponds to a gargoyle, which serve architectural element for expelling water from the building. The structured ceiling consists of more than 400 tons of lead panels. It was this lead that melted during the First World War and solidified in the gargoyles. Here is the highest point of the cathedral, the angel spire. At the very top, a weather-vane angel measuring 2 meters. The hills on the horizon are the famous Reims mountains, where are all the vines. If we look down, we can see the Tour Museum, which is the former residence of the Archbishop of Reims. It changed its function during the French Revolution to become, in 1972, a museum for the treasure of the cathedral and the coronation of the kings of France. The sculptures are made of limestone or chalk. The benefit, it is clarity, which makes it easy to see and aesthetically pleasing. Carving this material is a breeze, but its downside is its fragility. The entire southern exterior wall is devoted to the Blessed Mother. In the middle, you see the Virgin, where countless angels await her. This is a depiction of the Assumption.
Oh bah, parfait, merci beaucoup.
you.